Hey, darling. I know you're busy. You're working. I thought I'd just send this to you. I was sitting here by Nana's. Been praying for you all day, every day for the last like 3 or 4 days since Friday. And I was thinking about my own story. And one of the reasons I started doing some Facebook posts is I want y'all to know my stories. I hope I live a long time, but if I don't want to leave without telling y'all my stories. I want you to know. And I've done a poor job communicating that kind of stuff one-on-one. And I have a lot of regrets in light of all of this. I really think I neglected you and me, and it's just awful. But we're still alive, and we've got a future. God's a redeemer. Jesus is a redeemer. God can cause all things to work for good for those who love him, and we love him, and he can turn lemons into lemonade, and I believe that's what's going to happen. But I want to go back to my story. I left home at 21. Now, I don't talk a lot about this. Not everybody knows this, but I think you know. I was married. I got married at 21 to a floozy, but yet, you know, someone, and I had just got converted. I don't know, maybe 6 months earlier, and I wanted to be a man of God, or less than a year earlier anyway. And so I made the commitment I was going to be independent, which I feel like is what you're trying to do now, is you want to be independent. And I respect that and I understand that. And I did that my own self. My dad helped me with a plot of land and a down payment on a trailer. And I was still in school. I was taking classes just like you are. But I was going to classes, but I was working at Pizza Hut delivery at night. I was running two paper routes, one in the morning and one in the daytime after classes. And then on Friday and Saturday night, I had to run it middle of the night. And of course, Starkville Daily News, I ran every morning like at 4 or 5 o'clock. So on Friday and Saturdays, I'd run it like at midnight, and then leave and pick up the Starkville Daily and then run that. And then on Saturdays, after the Starkville Daily, I would go to the clinic and I would work from 7:30 to 1. And then on Sundays, I would also have to clean up after church. So I was still going to church. And so I was burning the candle at all ends. But I wanted to be independent. I wanted to be a man of God. I wanted to be an adult, and I wanted to be, all that what I felt like God was calling to me. But it was killing me. It really was killing me. And I didn't want to ask my dad for any help. So we got credit cards. The girl I married got a degree and went to work for a Starkville Christian school, making about $900 a month before taxes, or maybe it was $900 after tax. Maybe it was $1,300, and then after tax, it was $900. So putting together a combination, a couple of $1,000s a month. We got credit cards. We kind of ran those up. Our vehicles were old and they broke, and it was very difficult. And Jimmy Eckford, who is the dad of the guy I told you yesterday that texted me kind of out of the blue, he used to run the dairy supply route, and he was going to do something else. And so Jimmy saw me delivering pizzas one night about midnight, and he just thought, man, this kid's working. Let me hire him. So he offered me the job. So for 2 years, I did the dairy supply thing. And I thought, at that time, man, that was more money than I could imagine, or $2,000 a month, or it's commission, so $2,000 to $2,200. And I thought, man, this is incredible. So, I bought a bass boat, like a $3,000 bass boat, which, stayed broke all the time. And it was, between the combined income, it was like $3,000 a month, and, or maybe less, because, I didn't know about taxes at that time much. And so, when $2,100 turned into $1,700 and $1,300 turned into $900, we had about $3,000 a month. And so, I was also committed to church and trying to grow in ministry and all that kind of stuff. So it was a season, and our marriage started out. I mean, it really started bad from after the honeymoon, or on the honeymoon, and it never got any better till she left. But I was committed to God. I was committed to the relationship, and that's a story I can tell you at some point. But I just felt like that I needed to do it on my own, and so I didn't ask my dad for help. I just dealt with it. And I was thinking in our situation, I feel like you're 19, but you're probably more mature than I was at 21. And you definitely have done things more right than I did up to your age. And I respect you tremendously for all of that. And I know you can make it. I know you can. I will say my dad did help me start with the down payment and the plot of land. And I don't think we're supposed to make it on our own entirely. I'm not ready for this season. I wasn't ready, but God will help me get ready. I know you want to make it on your own. As your papa, I got two choices. I can say, hey, I am not going to help you, so maybe you'll come home. I'm not going to do that. I don't know what God's plan is here. I know what your plan is, and I don't think it's a bad plan. I just don't like how we got here. And I don't blame you for doing it the way you did, because I know how it would have been, and I know, for me, you're always going to be three. There's a car commercial where the daddy's talking to this little girl in the car, and she's like, "Daddy, I'll be fine," or whatever. And then it flips, and of course, it's like a 17-year-old girl or whatever. And I think that's kind of how I'll send it to you if I can find it. I think it's kind of how I see you. But I've got to adjust. I've got to adapt. Your mama's always said they don't stay kittens and puppies forever, and the song "Cats in the Cradle" has haunted me since you were 3 years old. And I listened to it today, and it's awful. It's an awful song. You should listen to it. But it's true. And you should listen to it for your own kids in your own life one day, because it's just so true. But I want you to know, God called me to raise you. And there's no time on that, all right? I don't want to enable you to do something bad, but I'm not saying that's what you're doing. But I don't want you to feel like, because I said, as long as you're under my roof, as long as no, you're going to do what okay, I understand. It's changed. Okay, you made a stand. You stood up and said, I'm an adult. And yeah, I know, logically, I said what I said. So you said, hey, I'll do it on my own. I don't think that's where we really are, okay? I don't want to enable you. I want you to have reality, but I want you to start well. I want you to have snow tires. I want you to have snow chains. I want you to be safe. I want you to have some backup in your account so that if something happens, you're not stranded on the side of the road with no money, okay? Because I love you, okay? So, all right. I don't know what else to say. I just want you to know I understand, or I'm understanding where you're coming from. I'm not mad at you at all. I'm sad. I'm sad, because I think I missed a lot of time. I'm sad because I think I made a lot of those mistakes. But I love you, and I'm proud of you, and I have a lot of confidence in you, and I know you're smart, and I know you're good, and I know you've learned, and I have no doubt you can make it. If I wasn't here, you would still make it, okay? But I am here, all right? So I want to still be a papa to you, not just emotionally, but yeah, I think I need to buy some snow tires. I need to buy some snow chains. I need to make sure, you got what you need to be safe, and then you can see if you can make a budget work. And if you can't, then you can come home, and all that's wonderful, and we'll start over. Like I said, I learned. I didn't come home, but I learned. So I went back to school, got my degree, worked another job, and then I got on my career path, which I know that's where you're headed. And I think, you probably have a very good plan. I really do. I think you probably have a very good plan. And I wouldn't have listened to it. And I just want you to know I love you. And anyway, this is a story I want you to know. And I'll talk to you soon.